channel. It's Miss Tay Rosé. This video is an update on my foundation routine for both filming and for me going out before the coronavirus. You know, what you're going to see in the next section is going to be me doing an updated foundation routine, Vogue style. Now, I've seen all over Vogue where they bring on a bunch of celebrities and they'll show their routine for the day, their routine for when they're going out, or their guide to having nice juicy lips, or their guide to having nice skin. I'm talking Rihanna style. So that is exactly what I did. I was inspired by the Vogue videos by different celebrities, and I decided, why not? Why not do an updated foundation routine in Vogue style? So that is what you're going to see in the next section. Okay, I'm go now because I feel like I'm talking too much. So here you have it. Alright, so now to begin my newly updated foundation routine, I'm going to start off with moisturizer, and I usually do this before all my makeup tutorials, or even around the house, just so my skin is still soft and smooth during the day. And every time when I do rub on the moisturizer on my face, any moisturizer really, I go outward to prevent wrinkles, and then even with my forehead, and then of course my nose, I spread outward and then I stretch it down like this, and even for my eyes I would rub it, but I just pat it for now. So now my lips are feeling pretty dry and I don't like it. This is what I use as part of my makeup routine, and now because it's mask season, this is the only thing that I wear under my mask. It keeps your lips soft and smooth for the rest of the day. This I got at my local beauty supply store, and now you can get lip oils at Ulta, because that's where I first purchased a lip oil, and I've been loving lip oils ever since. And what I do too is the amount that comes on the wand, I use one part for the bottom part of my lips and then the other part for the top part of my lips. I still rub them together just to really saturate the moisture of my lips. So now I always love to prime my face, but for today, I switch between two, but for today I'm using this right here, and this balm is really good. All it does is smoothens out my face to decrease the pores, and it makes my skin look smoother, because if you don't know, I'm someone with large pores, especially around my cheek area. And so this is the amount that I put on my face, and then I just smooth everything downward from the side of my nose, underneath my eye, and then I'll bring it up to the right side of my T-zone, just so that way everything's nice and smooth. Sometimes I'll bring it down, even though I really want to focus on my T-zone. What I usually do too is my primer depend on which brow product I'm going to use. Now that my primer is thoroughly smooth and I'm ready to go, I'm gonna go in with my HD corrector. Before I realized that less is more, I used to apply it all around here, and even sometimes I used condense it and do some here and some here. But just looking by my face, I'm just going to apply some out to the ends of my eyes, because I feel like with my current skincare routine, my dark circles have improved to be less dark. And of course I'm going to do around my mouth area. So I just squeeze some product, place it on the outer part of my eyes, and then any remaining amount I just rub on the top part of my lips. I'm going to be using the Real Techniques sponge. I usually use the Sonia Kajik. Alright, so now time for the brows. Now for the brows, I'm going to be delving into this Black Radiance pomade. So now with the Black Radiance pomade, it's so thick and so intense, but I love it so much, especially for my hair to look like this. So I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera, and I'll be right back at you with what's next. Alright, so now that my brows are set, I'm going to now delve into my foundation, and these are my this is what I'm currently using at the moment. Normally I would only use Suede, but my fear is that Suede is going to be finished soon, so I just mix in almond with a bit of Suede to make that perfect shade. I'm going to take my e.l.f. foundation brush, and I already mixed it from my brows, and I'm just going to take it, and I'm not going to put anything on my eyes knowing that I'm going to be creating a look. So I start underneath my eyes, so my under eyes, nearby my bottom lash line, and I just lightly drag it through. So I mean, that's that for the foundation brush. Now I'm gonna go back in with the Real Techniques sponge, blending sponge, and there's some remaining amounts on the back of my hand, so I just pick some up or pick the rest of it off so that way it's squeaky clean. And then I don't like the brush streaks at all, so I'm gonna go in and pat that away. I normally don't do foundation on my forehead because it just makes right here too light for myself, and it looks disgusting. So I only do my foundation from my brows on down, not up to my forehead. This one from neck. Alright, so I mean, this is the foundation. It still looks good, and it looks much better once I put pressure from the sponge onto my face to blend out those brush strokes. It just looks seamless, and it's going to deoxidize in my face really soon, so that way it is much smoother. I'm going to divvy out my eyes, and I'll be right back at you with the contouring. So now that I divvied up my eyes, I'm going to go into my contour. I used to use the cream contour, but I no longer use it, but I still have it just in case I feel like going in there one day. But this is what I use. This is extremely pigmented, and it helps for me to carve out my cheekbones and around my forehead. So I mean, I use this big angled blush brush. For me, this helps with the contouring of my face. And now I'm going to do the same thing to my nose, except using an angled shadow brush. I just start my contour right here, and then I just drag it on down. So now that I have my contour on, I'm ready to blend out this contour and set the rest of my face. My current favorite is this e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder, and I got this in medium dark. But unfortunately, so far, like, look at it. I'm going to use this flat expert powder brush. This was from Ison. I'm not sure if they still have it till this day. And I just pack it in there, and then I just pack it on my face like this. And this helps also, like this shade helps also for if my foundation is too white for that day, and I just pack this bad boy on, it just morphs right into the skin tone of my neck per se. Now my nose is very tricky, so I'm going to show you how I do my nose. I do have it so that way it is contoured, but then I still take my powder brush and I just pack everything on one side like this, and sometimes I'll even squeeze the brush to really get in there. Okay, see the difference? Still have my contour there, but I mean, it's not like like right there, you know what I'm saying? So I have this part is blended out, and then I have this harsh line. I'm just gonna blend this out quickly. And then any remaining amount I just put on the bridge of my nose. And see, I mean, everything looks good. Now I'm just gonna top into my forehead. Just have a little in the center. Everything looks blended out. Everything looks awesome. So now I'm gonna set my face using this. And this one says to shake well, because all the product is on the bottom. So you want to shake it so you mix all the products in. I'm gonna spray far. I usually go all around, but I've noticed that it's too much, so I stopped doing that. I just take this fancy fan and I just make my setting spray dry. And so now this is a new product that I purchased. This is what I'm using for today. And I mean, I'm gonna tell you that I have tried this before and the results are endless. Okay, I have this shade. This is Indiscretion. I'm gonna take my damp beauty blending sponge, the same one from earlier. You don't need too much, so like a couple of swipes would be good, but watch this. Glow time, okay? Glow time. And I like to bring, I don't like just bring it onto my cheekbones. I like to bring up sort of to my hairline, so that way everything meshes in it. To me, it looks better. It looks better. That is blinding. And a lot of people did say that the Laura Mercier highlighter will make your face look wet. So now for the contour on my nose, like I do my mouth, my facial expression looks really weird, but I do like this just so I can focus on the bridge of my nose. Because if I do like this, then the bridge of my nose is gonna be, you know, I'm not gonna get it on there. So I do my face like this. I rub my highlighter on there and then I put it on only the bridge of my nose. That helps as a guide. Okay, so that's it for my highlight. Now it's time for the cheeks. I usually use 2 blushes. Sometimes I'll use 3 blushes because I'll be confused as to what I want to do for a blush color. But for today, I'm going in with this. And this too, I'm also am panning on. But that's because I use this more than everything because it's very neutral. So, I mean, this helps me to blend out both my contour and my highlight, especially. So that way, it's not too much. Everything is smooth. And I usually use a small blush brush or medium-sized blush brush just so it gets like right in the center. And I'm going to go in with this and I'm going to blend only my blush part. This bake powder is so much, so I only gotta use a little. See, look, I mean, my face doesn't look flush, but I mean, it looks amazing. It's fantastic, you know. I start on the cheeks and then I blend out. All right, so this is it for my foundation routine. Thank you so much for tuning in and I'll see you next time. Bye.